Take your hobby to the next level with a quality racing rig that works great with a PS3, Xbox 360, and a PC. The GT Omega Racing Simulator is compatible with a wide range of steering wheels including Logitech, Fanatec, Thrustmaster, and more. The GT Omega is available now worldwide by going to www.gtomegaracing.com.
Good afternoon everybody and welcome to ARL TV. I'm Alex Simpson. I'm joined in the commentary box by Dean Prescott for this round 7 of the Road to Pro iRacing Grand Prix Series. We're coming to you today from Virginia International Raceway. Dean, VIR, welcome to the comment box first, mate. Good to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Got a little bit of a cold, I hear, today. So given the race,
unfortunately. Well, I just did the last one. I not had much prep this week, so.
What are we expecting from this race? Tricky circuit?
Very tricky circuit. Try and keep it on the track best you can, really. Other than that, watch out for the oak tree people diving off.
Yeah, I think this is the first split we've had all weekend. If it did split, I can't see the numbers right now, but I think it looked like it was going to go. So, yeah, this is the race where all the points are up for grabs. Just while we load into the session, just have a quick check-in with the guys at Forace at Agera Racing and this week's track guide.
A long way off the track. Every corner is different with dramatic road camber and elevation changes.
I'll start that again. Sorry about that.
Today we are going to have a look at one of the most, or possibly the most demanding circuit in the calendar, Virginia International Raceway, or VIR. The track was opened as early as 1957, but was closed after just 17 years of operation. It was reopened in the year 2000 to host races to classes like Rolex Sport Car Series and American Le Mans. The track itself is very challenging to drive. The whole surrounding of the track is made from grass, so even the slightest mistake will lead the driver a long way off the track. Every corner is different with dramatic road camber and elevation changes. Instead of raw speed, teams and drivers should focus on drivability in this setup, so the car can accept all the challenges the track gives. Max Del Arco will be driving our example lap today. Hello Max and welcome to the show.
Hi guys.
The track is a huge challenge to the driver. What do you think is the best approach to get the best possible result?
Yeah, as you say, the track is very hard. I believe that here it's not much important to find the top speed or the limit lap, but to have a stable setup that allows you to arrive at the end of the race with minimum risk.
What about the best places for overtaking?
Well, I think that the best place is the main straight, because there is an hard braking and it is not hard to pass if you exit well enough from the last turn, taking good slip spin. There is also a back straight after the hot tree, but the braking there is not so hard with the left-hander, and it may become a bit harder to overtake.
And let's see the lap.
This is the main straight of the track. We can arrive to a top speed of around 300 km per hour. This is the first turn, right-hander. Try to find a good traction on exit. The track is very slippery. For this left-hander, be careful here, don't touch the curves inside and exit are very slippery. Also this one in this chicane, very slow chicane, find a good traction also here on exit that will give you a good speed on this part of the track, the climbing access, very fast part of the track that will bring us to the left south blend turn, very fast turn. Be careful here on exit because the grass is very tricky. Finally we are on the most famous part of the track, the hog tree. Try to find a good balance in braking there, because you don't need much understeer or your race will be over. This is the back straight, another straight that will bring us to the last part of the track. This is an hard braking, very tricky. Don't brake too late. Try to stay near the right curb. Try to find a good acceleration for the last part. With this right-hander, very slippery. Don't use much curb and try to find good traction for the final straight. And good luck, guys.
Right, welcome back to us in the commentary box. Going to be just forming up very shortly. Just going to take a quick look at the grid, see how everybody's lined up. Pole position, we have Oli Picala on a 121.909. Samuel De La Fuente just behind him in second place with Frank Levick in third. Javier in fourth and Michele in fifth place. Jan Nowelski, returning pro driver, in 6th place. Rafa Bordoy in 7th with LJ Garnett in 8th place. Lee Thompson lines up in 9th with Christian Tattenhoe in 10th. Justin Lindsay, Anthony Kopek with Lammy in 13th, Clayton in 14th, Matthias in 15th. Quite a big grid. Not sure about the SOF though with some of the guys that are in that one. Gonna be interesting to see what points are up for grabs here.
Definitely bigger than what we've seen so far this week, though. You can just see the guys starting to build the revs up. And we are green. Looks like Michele just got a great jump. Very tricky into turn 1.
Yeah, we're seeing quite a lot of accidents this week already into turn 1, so guys, just a little bit cautious as they need to be. And as far as I can tell, everybody's through safely.
Oh, we've got a spinner that looks like LJ.
Yeah, LJ, Force India around. Not what he wants. I think that's Anthony Kopek, is that with him?
It does look like it. Indeed it is. Looks like Anthony may have just got caught out in that. Maybe expecting a bit more than what he thought.
Yeah, we've got obviously one of the friction racing cars going off as well in the background.
Levick. So it all seems to be kicking off early doors. Wasn't quite expecting this amount of people to fall off this early. But still, the race goes on. It's good to see Jan back. Obviously, he's got his pro license. Oh, very close with Lee. Is that Justin as well, just
behind him. Has to get out of it to avoid hitting him, and does so.
Yeah, it's good to have Jan back. Sure he'll be making up for some lost time with the new tyre model. Just got Tanner Hatto on his way back through, making a move up on the inside of Justin. My camera flicks around.
Yeah, just quickly going to have a look to see what happened with LJ in lap 1. Yeah, just going around turn 3, nothing there. Jan in front of him. Oh, I think perhaps Jan caught him out there, brake just a little bit early. LJ just having to slam the anchors on. Anthony had nothing to do with it whatsoever, and actually I think Anthony was just trying to avoid all the guys checking up in front of him as well. So yeah, bit of a driver error there from LJ's point of view.
Just looking right at the back of the field, got Mohammed Patel on his way back through.
Yeah, and I think Oak Tree has claimed its first victim. I think that was Matthias, wasn't it? We just saw there.
It was, but we've got 5-6 cars here nose to tail. LJ's caught back up and he's in that group. But Mohammed not setting a lap time this week. Just having a look around the outside of the roller coaster and Christopher thought better of it.
Yeah,
See
Ollie
ya.
was doing a fair bit of practice, obviously, Ollie and Mohammed Twister Racing teammates. So I know that they've got a fairly reasonable set underneath them that they've worked on. I think even Steve Michael said that we might have a play. And this is Samuel, isn't it? Samuel Round.
That's Samuel de la Fuente. Gone round turn 5, is it?
Yeah, let's just have a little. I'll see if I can get that back up on replay as well. See what went on.
Yeah, so that's dropped him way back down into P11 now.
Yeah, just another just driver error on Samuel's part as well, going into that tricky left-hander. The back end can have a habit of rotating around there if you just get a little bit late on the brakes.
We've got Lee having a look at the inside on the entrance to the roller coaster. Jan's got the inside now. A little bit twitchy.
Yeah, it's cost Lee some time, some places there. Back down to 9th place.
It'll cost him some valuable time. Definitely had the speed to get past. Still, he joins onto the back of this group, so he's not lost a huge amount of time. You can still see Jan just ahead of him.
Yeah, everything we've seen from this week says it's not necessarily about being the quickest here, it's all about just being consistent. Try not to make those mistakes, keep it on track, keep it facing forward, and you're going to have a pretty decent result.
Mohammed's made it past Christopher as well. And he's shooting off into the distance.
Yeah,
LJ's next on Christopher's list.
Yeah, next up for Mohammed will be Clayton, so we'll keep an eye on that. He's about a second behind at the minute, so, and I think this is Jan coming under pressure again, is it? Oh, and there's contact at the top of the hill. Both cars will have picked up a fair bit of damage there. Lammy definitely went flying, so...
Yeah, side by side, just have a quick look back. Lammy looked like he had possibly just in front. But Jan looks like he might have just got away with that. Maybe a slight bit of damage. But still, that's put Lee on the back of Christian Tanahato.
Yeah, let's just take a very, very quick look at the replay, just see what happened. Yeah, it looks to me almost like Larry just tried to take his normal line, thinking that he'd already got past Jan, but it weren't the case.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Lee's got some damage. Just seems to have backed off a lot through the S's, as he was right up the back of Tanahato. And he's now coming under pressure from Samuel de la Fuente.
Yeah, we know Samuel only had a little spin, so didn't get any damage, so he's going to be trying to race back through the pack. We pretty much know actually that Lee and Samuel are the guys that almost look like they're fighting it out for the championship. Both guys consistently scoring 200 points each week, and it could be between either of them is going to claim the title, I think. Let's not also forget Kazuki as well, but it doesn't look like he's racing this week. Another driver that could well get himself in the mix for this championship.
Yeah, just got Anthony Kopech looking up to the inside of Christopher into turn 1. Turn 2 actually, isn't it? He makes it done smoothly. So that's Christopher just heading backwards. You'll have to be careful, he's got Jens just behind. See some very thick black lines there as well, Alex. I don't know if you spotted that.
Yeah, did indeed. There's I wonder if that's not from Samuel's spin.
No, that was further past the corner with Samuels. But you've got Mohammed.
It's all about these first couple of sectors, really. That's where the time's gained or lost. I mean, as well, a little bit the last couple of sectors, but sort of through the middle and Oak Tree, you can't really gain or lose too much time there, as long as you don't stick it in a wall, of course. But yeah, that's where the drivers seem to be making most of those mistakes. Sector 2, really.
Still, Jan leads this pack of 4. Maybe slowing these guys down a little bit. Maybe he's got a bit of damage. Tanahato just biding his time for now. Lee likewise. Lee picked the pace back up again, slightly leaving Samuel behind.
Yeah, you said about possibly some damage, but like you say, it just looked like he perhaps got his line wrong a little bit there, had to get out of it. But seems all good now.
Unless it is just that first sector, or the start of the second sector I should say. Just seems to drop off and back a little bit too much. So I have to out, there you go, Lee's gone wide again. Managing to keep it out of the tyre barrier. But it has allowed Samuel through. Seeing some interesting lines through the Oak Tree.
Yeah,
Some
Tattenho having a look here onto Jan up the inside. Thinks better off it. That roller coaster corner can be tricky at the best of times.
Just having a little look further back. Got Mohammed still chasing down Clayton, who's in turn chasing down Justin just ahead. Again, LJ is sitting on the back of those as well, so just shows a little spin at the start. Doesn't show that you're out of it.
Yeah, as we said earlier, very long race, 42 laps here. Minute 23, minute 24 laps, pretty much average time, so yeah, some of the quick guys towards the very end might just dip it into the 21s.
Yeah, let's not forget you've got Ollie still leading this race. Already into
actually,
the 23s.
What we have missed as well is Javier seems to have had some kind of accident. He's back in 16th place right now. Let me see if I can find what went on there and bring a replay up.
Yeah, I actually can't see Javier. In fact, Javier is just disconnected. So that would explain that one. But yeah, Ollie Pakal is definitely running away with this race. Frank Levick still in 5th.
Yeah, just watching what happened to Javier now. Behind Michele here going into turn 3. I just got himself onto the grass going into the tight left-hander. That's it. He's got no brakes, straight onto the tyre wall. Permanent damage on that car. Pulls it up, calls it a day.
Yeah, do give it a little nudge to see if it will, but thinks better of it. Well, that's moved Rafa up into P3. Michele is still in 2nd. Like I said, Ollie's streaming away. Nearly at the end of the long back straight is Ollie. Just as Michele's coming around the Oak Tree.
Yeah, Mohammed putting Clayton under more and more pressure. Once passed very, very quickly. LJ keeping a little bit of distance from these two.
Yeah, LJ will have the draft. Clayton looks like he's just out of Justin's draft, just ahead. Let's have a look at top speeds. Clayton 304. So Mohammed must be topping out pretty much the same as that. So looks like Clayton's on a -10 wicker.
Yeah, different Different, very, very close to running off the track there from Mohammed, who has a little blink, and we've got Christian Tannenho going slowly as well, all the way back down in 10th. Not sure what's gone on there. Something's gone off.
Just having a look.
But yeah, we were saying about the different wicker levels, and actually just flashed up on my other screen. Excuse me a second. Right, sorry about
just
that.
having a look.
I was saying, first flashed up on my other screen was Lee Thompson just put a move on Samuel as well, so he moves himself back up.
Just having a look at Tattenho. He's gone wide on the very last turn actually. Caught the curb and just bounced wide. So he's put him right in the mix now with Clayton and Mohammed and LJ now as well.
Yeah, and we're just having a quick look back at the overtake that Lee put on De Fuente. It looks like Samuel just got a little bit out of shape. He did, yeah, over the curb coming out of turn 3. Lee up the inside, just pounced, took the position.
Good respect from both of them though. Give each other plenty of room. Can get very slippery through that tight, twisty stuff. But here we go again. Tanahato's definitely in the stream of Clayton. Looks at the inside. Gets it done under braking. Be careful of the cutback though. He's got that done easy.
Yeah, Clayton could come under pressure here from Mohammed again.
Does seem like there is only possibly 2 or 3 places to pass at this track.
Yeah,
Turn 1 being one of them.
I think turn 1's probably the, everybody's favourite place to overtake. Fairly heavy braking zone. The back straight as well is another. That is, unless someone makes a mistake, then you can sort of jump in and grab a spot like we saw Lee just do.
Mohammed the closest he's been, and also Anthony Kopech is jumping onto the back of this as well.
Yeah, we've got a right little train forming behind Clayton now.
But Mohammed again, he's topping out 300 kilometers per hour. He's just not geared that right.
Yeah, we were talking about the wicker levels. He must be running something like 0 as well to have warranted such a low gear ratio.
But you would have thought starting from the back with no qualifying, make that 7th gear a little bit longer.
Yeah, you're going to need to do some overtaking. Can't do it all on strategy. And we've got another spinner as well, actually. Jan Nowalski. I think he could be out. And actually, I think Lee's caught up in that as well. So, going to have to find out what's gone on there.
Mohammed, in that chaos, has got through. Up the inside. Also seeing problems with Samuel as well.
Yeah, just having a look at the replay back now. Lee was having as Clayton goes wide and off, but yeah, Lee and Jan get together, and yeah, and then Lee unfortunately couldn't get the car off the track quick enough, and I think collect Samuel as well. I'm not sure what was going on between Lee and Jan. They were side by side through turn 1. It seemed like they give each other enough room to start with, but then just got drawn together.
Yeah, also seeing, looks like Mohammed's having some connection problems. He's blinking in and out. He's disappeared off my screen at the minute. Let's have a look. Yeah, Anthony Kopech's up into 9th. LJ up into 8th. Tanahato is 7th, so looks like we've lost Mohammed as well. But Tanahato's starting to put a little bit of pressure on Justin Lindsay. He's had it easy so far up in P6.
Yeah, I'm not. Just trying to think. Wasn't Justin behind Tanhato and LJ and And Anthony at one point?
He was behind Tanahato at the start, but Tanahato had that spin, didn't he? So which put him back into the mix. So Justin's just been biding his time on his own, and LJ drifting it around the oak tree. Does well to not collect Anthony Kopak.
Yeah, we just missed that. Let's have a quick look at that back. Sounded interesting.
He very nearly caught it, to be honest. And there is Mohammed, just blinking still just behind.
Too many screens to deal with. Fail on the broadcast.
Yeah, did very well. You've got Christopher Cash under some pressure now as well. With Jens still. Seems to be the battles happening more mid towards the back of the pack this week.
Yeah, the first three really separated. There's miles between them all. So, not much to watch there. In fact, the first five. It's just really these guys here. Lindsay and Tattenho.
I just see Lee Thompson has joined in the interview channel. Don't know if you want to grab him up.
Yeah, as Tattenho puts a move on Lindsay going into Oak Tree. Very brave move, but fair to say Justin, once he got alongside, let him have it. Let's bring Leah up just to have a quick chat with him, find out what happened coming out of turn one, I think it was, with Jan.
Yeah, hello guys. Yeah, I don't know how it looked from your side, but yeah, we were side by side, and Jan just spun up the rears, which I've done numerous times in that same place. It's so easy to do, and took me onto the grass. And then I was hard on the brakes, trying to stop my car get back on the track, and poor Sam just had nowhere to go, straight into me. So yeah, all three of us out.
Well, I think Sam's still running actually, mate. He's in 5th place at the minute, so.
Oh wow, must have been some awesome lag then, because I saw his car flying through the air at some rate. So I'm very glad of that, and I'll have a look on the replay in a minute. But yeah, it was great fun until then. Jan was no stopping, so I was desperate to get by, and I just had a chance early on and blew it, and caught back up to him, and yeah, it was good fun while it lasted.
Yeah, not such a good week this
It's
week.
been a shocker.
So it's going to be a drop for sure. So
I'll take it week 7, and I'll take my first drop.
yeah, absolutely. Onwards to the next round then, mate.
Yeah, Sebring will be a drop as well. I'm not going to run there, so I shall see everybody back at Spa.
I think it is Spa, yeah.
Cool. Alright, thank you all. See ya.
Alright, mate.
Cheers,
See ya.
mate. Also, just got Marcus Caton, who said he'll jump up, so I'll just grab him. Oh, slight contact actually. Christopher and Jens. Just out of the oak tree. Christopher just checked his car.
We saw that. Whether or not Jens is going to, Christopher's going to have any rear wing damage, I'm not sure. Front wing looks fine. Actually, they look like they both managed to survive that one.
Alright, let's just grab Marcus. Now, obviously, Marcus, you're not racing. I saw you in the chat.
Yeah, I was just watching the action of VIR. It was going very well for my driver, but decision at the end to it as well.
Now, obviously, we don't know who your driver is, so care to introduce?
Well, Yanni Olaski joined the team not too long ago, so was getting some E-Class races in to get back feel for the car, for the Pro Series.
Need to get him to update his skin, buddy.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm the one that's slacking off.
I was about to say, is that the team principal not providing the tools?
I mean, I guess the skin is worth the extra few tenths, but yeah, I'm gonna get that sorted in a bit.
It's more streamlined. Go faster stripes. That's what we say.
Purple, yeah, it's just straight through the air. But it's unfortunate that he just lost the car a little bit on the exit, and Lee was so close that it just got caught up in it a bit. You know, if he wasn't there, then it would have just been a slight mistake. But his VIR already a tight, twisty circuit, and it's unfortunate both our drivers, found each other for some reason.
Yeah, it's a pity on that one. So the only split race of the week as well. So yeah, gutting for both the drivers taking part, but I'm sure they'll be back in the future races.
Absolutely. Well, the VIR is coming into an end, so I'm sure a lot of people like that. But then again, it's Sebring next week, so it's going to be crazy.
Oh, we love Sebring.
You love Sebring.
As long as you've got a rear jaw that can handle it, everybody loves Sebring. But yeah, good to show your face again, Marcus. Obviously, you'll be doing World Championship next week, won't you, at Spa?
Suzuka?
That is such an insult, man, although Spa is still a great track. But yeah, we're going to Suzuka. It's going to be a wild race. Suzuka, it's all about being technical and fast throughout an entire stint, so you can't afford any mistakes and you really have to push because it makes a big difference. So looking to make up for the disappointment at Interlagos and just go crazy for that one.
I'm sure we'll have a few guys rooting for you just after our guys, but yeah, best of luck, Marcus.
Thank you. Hopefully it's rooting for me to win and not to wreck.
Absolutely.
Depends where you are.
Alright, mate, we'll catch you next week. If you're around.
Yep, see you.
Thanks, mate. Bye. Right, whereabouts are we on this race? Let's just get a little bit of a recap. Ollie Pacala currently leading from Michele. There's a good 12 seconds between them. Rafa Bordoy in third, Frank Levick in fourth, De La Fuente in fifth. Tatanho is up into sixth now, Lindsay down to seventh. Kopek 8th, Garnett 9th, and Mohammed rounds out your top 10.
Yeah, it seems like with a few little incidents, everyone seems to have stopped racing.
Yeah, definitely, as we predicted early on in this race, it's all about survival. Finish, and you're going to get a good haul of points. That said, I'm still not entirely sure how many points are going to be up for grabs in this race.
Well, if you think about it, Justin Lindsay is top end of 3,000 and he's car number 10.
Yeah, it should be fairly decent. We've got a couple of lower drivers in there as well, but yeah, I think you're right. I think we could be looking what, about 230, 240 maybe, 230 I reckon for first place.
Yeah, 225, maybe a little bit less, I'd have thought.
Yeah, lap 19 of 42. We're looking, what are we looking, 26 to, I think we've seen up to 31, have we? For yourself?
Yeah, I think I stopped 31 last race. Knowing that, I think LJ will probably go for the extra lap.
Yeah, and actually, if I remember rightly, the GT Ross cars were fueled quite heavy as well, so I expect them to go quite a long way. Apparently I'm hearing just a little rumour that Ollie had a half spin, but when you've got a 10-second lead, I don't suppose it matters too much.
Let's just have a look, make sure this is true.
Yeah, it is true.
Just on the exit of the roller coaster, I'm seeing.
Yeah, just watching it back now, just to see what happened. So, just getting a little bit on the gas, nothing much. Saves the car pretty quickly. Keeps it on the black stuff and carries on about his business.
Yeah, it is actually quite easily done there. The track tends to dip down and then come back up again. So tiptoeing through there is always a good option. Well, he's just put a lap on Jens there now. Jens, we may think, has front wing damage from the little taps with Christopher earlier on.
Oh, I need to...
I was just about to say, you've got 10-4 engineering still.
Yep, I need to update that to Twister Racing.
Yeah, it seems like everyone is spread out now. Mohammed, I'm not sure. doesn't seem to be counting very many laps, even though it's still showing him in 10th. His connection must be not the greatest today. Seems to be one of his downfalls, actually, Mohammed. You know, he is a very quick guy in this car.
Yeah, we've seen
when he
him.
puts his mind.
Yeah, we've seen him disconnect more than once from good positions as well. You know, he gets some pretty poor luck with that. So, yeah, let's hope he can get it sorted. I think we've got Kopek coming up to the back of Lindsay now. Yeah, indeed, coming down in through the last corner. Justin,
Yeah,
we have a whole load of pressure very, very shortly.
just looking at lap times as well. Looks like LJ might be joining this pretty soon. Yeah, Anthony's definitely putting pressure on Justin.
Yeah, last time by, what was Anthony? I mean, he was 0.6 of a second faster as well, so...
Yeah, 124.4 for Justin. 124.2 for Anthony. And a 124 dead for LJ, so LJ's definitely pushing. I think LJ might just need Justin to hold him up a little bit longer, maybe a few more laps. Justin makes a little mistake out of the oak tree.
Yeah, it looked like he was in the wrong gear as well. You heard it sort of rev up like he was in first gear or something there. He's going to come under a lot of pressure here. He's not going to defend the line by the looks of it.
Backs out a bit. So that's not what LJ needed. But Anthony goes on to take another place. Anthony actually finished 4th in the last race.
Yeah, good result for Kopek there. I'm not sure what points were up for grabs.
Don't think they were the greatest. I think the leader got 160, if that, so... Points probably a lot better in this one. Yeah, and Justin actually just saying he missed a gear coming out of the oak tree. And that's Matthias, who's just been put another lap down. As Ollie comes round to start lap 23, already into the 22s. Mid 22 for Ollie. Just put a lap on Christopher. Michele Cecchini 23.0. So he's getting there.
Yeah, not too far behind. If Ollie makes another mistake a bit more severe and doesn't keep it on the track, could well see a little battle starting to form. Be interesting to know what the guys are doing fuel strategy as well. If any have maybe Michele taking a little bit more as LJ just sticks a lap on someone down the back straight. And that was Matthias.
Matthias, yeah. Very distinctive car, albeit very dark. That green stands out very well. And the big yellow name across the back wing. Privateer as well, I think. Just for himself.
Picked up the pace that time by, and Anthony must have had a bad lap as well. So
yeah, it does look like Anthony's dropped something somewhere. But I think the fact that Justin's in his toe would have helped.
Yeah, LJ getting closer and closer to these two as well.
For Baudet just putting a lap on Jens. Still nobody's entered the pitch yet, lap 24 now.
Yeah, really, this is about the only battle that's on track at the moment. All the front runners, fairly decent gap.
Yeah, just having a look, LJ just out of the slipstream was on a 300 kph. Not sure exactly what Justin was in the stream. Justin still biding his time, sitting in that draft 24.4 last lap, which was 2/10 quicker than Anthony just ahead, 24.6. And LJ 24.1. So LJ's definitely pushing harder and harder. Just doesn't need to make a silly little mistake that does tend to creep in with him.
I'm talking of good times as well, both Ollie and Michaeli in the 22s, but Ollie with a 22.238, so fastest lap of the race that time by. Yeah, Michaeli also, like I say, 22.8 for Bordeaux next. Interestingly, Mohammed actually, all the way down in 10th place, is shown as the 5th fastest guy out there at the minute.
Yeah, 23.6 last lap round. He's just coming onto the back of Matthias to put a lap. Just wondering actually, with the pit strategy, friction racing tend to like to go for the no stopper. Just wondering if Frank Levitt's maybe going for it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's gone on with Frank the last lap, quite a bit slower than he has been doing, but fastest lap so far of the race, 1:23.3. I don't know, I think if you want a no stop, you're probably looking at Frank's quali pace, you still wouldn't be there. I don't know, it's close, you know, might be, we'll keep an eye on that one, it certainly might be heavy. LJ getting very, very close to Justin here, definitely in the draft. Gonna make a move through the snake section.
Yeah, be careful to stay off the curbs as well.
Yeah, very tricky.
Definitely bite you.
Very tricky through that left-hand corner there as well, and under braking just. Again,
it looks like Justin dropped another gear there. It looks like.
Yeah, LJ definitely got the run. He's going to get the car up the inside. Oh, well, he has to duck back in for a little bit more draft.
Picks up that side draft, get it up to 305, and then Justin backs out again.
Yeah, I think Justin knows he needs to finish. There's an element of that, you know, he's on the outside there. Anthony Kopeck into the pits, lap 26. Both these guys go on, so that's good news for both LJ and Justin. They could potentially jump back up in front of him.
Yeah, Justin could do with sticking in LJ's draft. Pull him along a few extra seconds. But it looks like he's just dropped back already out of the tow. It definitely helped me in that last race. Come out just behind Matthias, I think it was. And he helped me along in front of David. Or Daniel, I think. In the last race. But yeah, that's LJ now back up into P6, 7.
Yeah, P7 at the moment. Just looking at the gap, I mean he's quite a way behind Christian Tattenhoe, so it's going to take quite an effort to get himself up to 6th place.
Also just seeing Frank Levick into the pit, so that no stopper is obviously not true. Samuel flies past lap 27 along with his teammate Tanahato. Again, Tanahato could be on that no stopper.
Yeah, I think Christian is lapping too quick for that as well. I'm not sure. No.
And in comes Justin Lindsay as well into the pits.
It's interesting that Braff are sporting a new skin this week as well. FW31 looks quite nice.
Just keeping an eye on Anthony Kopeck coming around. He's coming around the final corner now. Ollie pits as well. And Justin's just missed out on Anthony. So Anthony's still got that position. But let's see what LJ can do.
Yeah, we got any idea what lap LJ's due in?
he tends to tell me one thing and do another, so I think he told me he was doing 85 kilograms, so that would take him, what, 32 laps?
Yeah, quite a long stint. Actually, it's going to pay off a little bit because he made a mistake early on, so wasn't needs to stay out and try and catch back that time. Maybe then we'll see when Tattenhoe's in, but this actually might bring him back in. But Christian's still out there now.
Yeah, Ollie's just come out behind Rafa. Just ahead of Rafa, sorry. So that does actually give the lead of the race to Michele Cecchini. So let's speculate when he'll be coming in to make his pit stop.
Yeah, last lap was actually quite slow, 23.9, so he must have missed something off camera there.
Stays out one more lap. Come around lap 29.
Yeah, Ollie doing a fantastic job. The fact that he's managed to pit and get out in front of P3 Rafa says that race should be pretty much wrapped up as long as he doesn't make any mistakes.
And in comes Rafa actually. Rafa's now just entering the pits. We're seeing this more and more actually, Alex. I don't know if you've noticed people not taking tyres.
Yep, decided not to, keeping those old tyres on, tyre wears at the level where it doesn't really lose anything at the end of the stint, but your tyres are up to temperature straight away, so your out lap and your first couple of laps, you don't lose any real time. I certainly know at Phillip Island the tyres were actually better at the end of the stint. The core temps were a lot better, and guys were putting in better lap times. Here, I mean, I've done some testing this week, and I didn't really notice any difference between either. If anything, actually, I think there was a tiniest little bit of degradation. So, just struggling to get the power down when I did my test run with it, very end of the race. So, I don't think it really matters one way or the other at this track.
And in comes Cecchini, the end of lap 29. And there's Ollie already flying past. There comes Mohammed as well, coming past. Just in front of Christopher Cash. So it looks like Mohammed might have pitted and come back out. But there's Cecchini. Samuel De La Fuente is some way back and he's still yet to pit as well.
Yeah,
Lap
Samuel
30.
up to third place now. Whereabouts is he on track? Just coming round his turn. Yeah, just exiting turn 1. And Rafa not too far behind him, so certainly not going to catch him. Tattenhoe into the pits now. Obviously, Levick's had his as well. 4.7 seconds for Levick, so that was a pretty quick stop. Not as quick as Tattenhoe's, 3.7, so those extra few laps just really keep you stationary, a lot shorter. We'll keep an eye on Samuel. If he goes a couple more laps, then he's got the potential to get extremely close to Frank. Let's see what they are when they cross the line next time by.
Yeah, Frank's not too far up the road from LJ actually, who's still yet to pit.
Yeah, it just shows how much time LJ lost with the off and then having to battle through the pack. Normally you see those guys quite close on track together.
Yeah, Tanahato's just going around the oak tree. LJ's just bridging the crest. Very squirrely into the entrance of the roller coaster was LJ. Maybe a little bit too brake on the brakes, a little bit too late, sorry, on the brakes. But LJ again stays out another lap. Definitely putting these lap times in. 23.5 last lap round, but the one before was a 23.1.
Yeah, like I say, I think he's going to be in fairly shortly. Time's coming a bit down. I mean, this is something we've also seen this week. A lot of the guys last week, Philip Home, were matching qualifying times in the race. Seems to be quite a bit off. You know, half a second here, half a second there.
Ollie's already back up to speed, 22.8. Last lap just coming round for lap 32. 23. So Ollie's either backing off or he's had a little bit of a mistake.
Yeah, it was only a 23.1. Let's just have a look. Yeah, fastest person on the track by about 0.3 of a second that lap.
So he can afford to back off if that's what he is doing.
Yeah, obviously, Ollie does broadcast his races as well, so from his head cam position. So if you haven't seen that, I'm sure he'll be delighted for you to tune in, subscribe.
Here comes LJ.
Give him a little plug.
Sorry Alex, in comes LJ, end of lap 31. Tanahato comes past. So who's next for him? Anthony Kopeck.
Yeah, Anthony's who he was
just
racing,
going through the roller coaster, so
I think he's well clear by the looks of that to me. Well, it's LJ, he must be leaving by now.
yeah, he's just leaving now. Yeah, so not a huge amount, but still got a good jump on him. Just needs to watch what he's doing now. LJ, no silly mistakes.
Yeah, 10 laps to go. We've got gaps everywhere. What we need now is a nice safety car, I think. If only we had admin.
If only.
If only we had admin privileges, we'd get in there. Debris on the track, safety car. Close it up, 10 lap sprint. Let's have at it.
To be honest, I still think the autos still stay the same. Olipakala's definitely dominated this race so far. And looks to continue like he will.
Yeah, fastest lap of the race now for him. Before he pitted in, this was so 1:22.179. So great pace there. 17.8 second lead now.
You could even make another pit stop near enough.
Yeah, De Fuente's within 7 seconds of Michele now, and considering the issues that he had as well.
In fact, has Samuel pitted yet?
Oh no, he's not. I take it back. Yeah. So very long stint.
Well, it's lap 33. Come around to 34. Could he have snuck under the radar and gone for a no-stopper?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, him and Jan, obviously we know that Jan was going for a no-stop as well. They were sort of similar pace earlier on and weren't really challenging each other, so maybe. I know he went really long on the last race, but whether or not he's just thought, sod it, let's brim it and go the whole race. I say brim it, but it's, what is it, about 112, 113 kilos, something like that?
Yeah, around about. I was working about 117. Well, that's just because I've got a heavier right foot. But yeah, Samuel's still out there, lap 34. Sounds like Ollie's just putting a lap on Justin Lindsay. Ollie sounds like he's enjoying this race now. Just having a bit of fun, showing what he still can do in the car. Obviously got his black stripe.
He's behind the Ferrari of... Not sure who that is actually. Is that
I think
Jens?
next for Ollie is Anthony Kopeck, I think. That's Mohammed Patel you're looking at there, Alex.
Oh, good old overlay system, catching me out there. That's my excuse anyway. As Rafa puts smooth on the back marker down the back straight. Gotta be a pretty dull race if we're commentating on cars being lapped.
Marcus, yeah.
De Fuente still stays out. There you go, that's interesting. 8 laps to go. Surely he must be going the whole way now.
Well, if he is, well, to drop back to where did he go? Back to 11th to come back up to 3rd. Definitely some drive.
I think there'll be a few other drivers that are kicking themselves as well, especially our own Lee Thompson. He was in front of Samuel, so he's all the way up to 3rd. He could have had that position himself.
Yeah, got Rafa there in 4th. Frank some way back in 5th. Again with his teammate, again, way back in 6th, Tanahato.
Christopherson got some damage on the front of that Ferrari. I know it's a Williams, but you know what I mean.
The Ferrari Williams.
Yeah, I'm afraid we haven't got it working this week, but we were touting around with some live timing on the ARL TV website, so I'm hoping that's a feature that we're going to be able to bring to these races in the future. I managed to bring back my split screen, even if I did fail with that a little bit too. Just rubbish, aren't I, really? I'll give him a coat.
Out of practice.
Yeah, that's
I'll
what
give
it
it on.
is.
Yeah, lap 35. Say that. Oh, he's probably already on lap 36.
Yeah, 7 laps to go for him.
And when I say he's already on lap 36, he was already halfway through lap 36.
Like I say, just about to put a lap on Anthony Kopek. I think Anthony's going to let him go here. Next up will be LJ. I think LJ's got enough of a gap and sort of pace in the car to be able to stay out in front without going that lap down.
Running that white line though was LJ. Very scary, the final sector of this track. Touch a curb and you're bouncing either and everywhere and pretty much off track actually, so.
Yeah, I mean that just sums up the track all over, I think, isn't it? You know, you touch one of the curbs just the wrong way and it can bounce you wide or it can spin you around. You know, it's just a little bit, a little bit difficult to predict what the car's going to do. Obviously getting them set up so they can just sort of ride them a bit is where it's at, but I think it's a compromise between out and out performance and just sort of adjusting your line as you need to.
Just here in Rafa.
Turn 1, yep.
Yeah.
Looked perhaps like he wanted to be let by a little bit easier there. I have to say, I do think he's done a great job on that car. Looks very nice.
Yeah, shame we didn't get much more of the new ARL TV.
Yeah, kudos to you for that one. The car looks good. Obviously, for those that don't know, we'll say now that the ARL TV have sort of formed their sister team for Apex Racing UK. But I mean, we're basically all sort of run both anyway. But yeah, myself, Lee, Dean and Lasse Brun Hansen will be running the ARL TV from now on, while all the rest of the guys at Apex Racing UK continue to run the black, white and red car.
I think there's going to be more of an update coming on that very soon, Alex.
Yeah, indeed. Well, I mean, I don't mind sort of talking about it a little bit now. Obviously, if you head over to the website, you'll see that the guys there are now sponsored by Leo Bodnar, and we spent a day down at Silverstone testing out their sim steering system that they produce, as well as a few other things that we got to saw. Some fantastic wheels, you know, the SLI F1, that looked great. But yeah, we're going to be reviewing those soon. Obviously, those guys now sponsoring us as well, so, and that's ARL TV. So yeah, we're going to try and bring as many reviews of their products to the community as possible, just so you know what they're all about, and give some honest feedback on them.
And still Samuel stays out, coming down the back straight, lap 38.
He's definitely going the whole way. My guess would be that he pitted a little bit early on the other race just to try and cover up his no-stop strategy so that he could try and run that. Had he not been caught up in what had gone on those first few laps and spun, he would definitely be in second place right now. So would have been a great strategy, a good call. Perhaps just that little bit heavy car early on though is what cost him, cost him to spin.
And Ollie's already on lap 39.
Yeah, just looking at Frank Levick here. I think he's about to put a lap on. I think that's Jens, isn't it? Yeah, Gustafsson. Yeah, a lot of drivers managing to survive this one as well. I mean, I think one of the races I was in earlier on, I saw just a mere 4 people finish it. So, yeah, Virginia certainly got very high attrition rate. Some of the good drivers obviously out. Jan Nowalski, Lee Thompson, Javier all retiring today. Those guys all needed big points.
Yeah, and it's a shame for some of those lower down in the pack as well. People like Clayton, Mateus, although he's still going. Yeah, some possibly the only split race we're gonna get. As Jens lets Frank past.
Yeah, it's worth pointing out actually that I think the Friction Racing guys have got a new sponsor on the car this week, so I'm sure they'll come in and just give them a little bit of a plug. Not sure if they've still got any associations with RC. Don't see it on the car anymore, so.
Do you know what? I didn't even notice that. Go and have a close look, see who it is.
Yeah, ARC.
Yeah, so ARC on the front. Yeah, ARC team. Yeah. And it does look like they have still got something with their seats on the front wing end plates.
Yeah, nice to see actually them picking up another sponsor. I mean, Friction, fairly new team. I mean, I only really started seeing them, was it 2 seasons ago? So I say that like we are veterans or anything, but we've only been around for just 12 months at this point.
Yeah, I think they were a team just before, which we had a few of their drivers in the GP260. I think they've all come together to join Friction. I remember they used to have a yellow and black car. Could be mistaken.
Yeah, 2 laps to go. Ipacala still leads the way by some 24 seconds at this point. 31 seconds. Back is De La Fuente. Rafa Bordoy in 4th. I think Rafa perhaps thought that he had third place wrapped up here and was looking forward to the big points, but Samuel definitely pulled it out of the bag with the strategy. Frank Levick in 5th. Christian Tattenho in 6th. Big gaps between everybody at this point.
Just seen a little battle actually on track.
That, yeah.
Justin and Anthony. Not sure if Anthony's gone wide somewhere. Justin's definitely all over the back of him. 30.1 from Anthony, so he's definitely had a mistake somewhere. Justin looks around the outside. Maybe thinks for the cutback. Just not quite close enough. Well, this is definitely give us something to talk about for the final lap. Anthony just catching the curb. Short shift into third, maybe fourth, actually, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, Justin gets a bit of a run down here. He's going to have a look on the side. It's going to be tricky. And the camera switches on me just in...
Oh, still too wide. Slight contact, maybe.
Oh, there is now.
There's definitely contact now.
Let's have a quick look at that back so we catch it all. Ollie Pacala, I think, is just about to come through as well to take the victory. But let's just review this and then we'll... jump and see what's happened. It's just not an overtaking place there. Gonna struggle. Yeah, I'm not sure what Anthony's gonna make of that one.
Did look. To be fair, Anthony might have just dragged the brake a little bit longer than expected. But in the mist, Ollie's come round and taken the win. Giussini comes on in second. Samuel De La Fuente shaking the hell out of that car. And the no-stopper comes on in third. Mohammed Patel in 10th. He'll be slightly disappointed but glad that that's over. And Rafa Boydé is just coming around to finish off P4 weaving, so he is happy. And Frank Levitt comes over 5th. Tanahato, I think, might be the last, maybe LJ. So Christian Tanahato comes on weaving as well, also in 6th. It does look like that's everybody done.
Yeah, it does. Just to confirm the results, then Ollie Pacala by 25.2 seconds from Samuel De La Fuente, Rafa Borde, Frank Levitt, Christian Tatanho, LJ Garnett, Justin Lindsay, Anthony Kopek. I'm sure those guys will have a little word with each other at the end after this race. Hamid Patel in 10th place. Yeah, very interesting race today. I kind of expected this is what we would see, a fair few accidents here and there, and I wasn't expecting the race to split apart as much as it did. It's mainly after Clayton let everybody go with the mistake that the race just spread apart quite drastically. But nevertheless, really the people who will be happy the most out of that are Michele and Samuel, I would think. So let's just see if I can just get a recap of the start back up. And wait and see if we get a couple of drivers come in for an interview as well. Right, we'll take a quick break. See, they've got a couple of guys coming in for an interview. We'll have a chat to them in just a short moment.
Take your hobby to the next level with a quality racing rig that works great with a PS3, Xbox 360, and a PC. Omega Racing Simulator is compatible with a wide range of steering wheels including Logitech, Fanatic, Thrustmaster, and more. The GT Omega is available now worldwide by going to www.gtomegaracing.com.
Just taking a very quick look at the points. The system's on a massive go slow at the moment, so hopefully that will sort itself back out. But Ollie gets 239 top points of the week. Michele 224, another solid performance for him. I believe that might even move him up into the lead of the championship now as well. De La Fuente 210, he'll be happy with that. Rafa Bordo 196 and Frank Levick 182, good solid points. Tatan Ho 168, he'll probably end up taking this as a drop week, I would think, and LJ at 154 as well.
Just got a few more drivers jumped in. We've got Frank and Ollie. So I don't know if you want to grab Ollie up.
Yeah, let's grab the winner up, Mr. Bacala. Welcome to ARL TV.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Good little race for you today. Got the lead from the start and just basically held it from there.
Yeah, it was pretty easy for me, but although this track ain't the easiest one, and that's why I love it. This is the probably my favorite track in this whole iRacing, because it challenges driver a lot to go fast. So I really love it, and that's why I'm driving it.
Yeah, it's just looking at the forums this week, it's definitely kind of a love-hate relationship everyone has with it. You know, you love it or you hate it. Marmite, as we would say over here.
Yeah, definitely. And but I don't remember who said it in the forums, but he said that you can learn from this track a lot. If you're very slow in this track, then you need to practice this and practice even more, so you learn a lot of things what could be useful in the other tracks. And that's what happened to me when I started F1 in this iRacing.
Yeah, indeed, Emma. Actually, I'll second that. In just doing some work on the car this week, stumbled across a couple of little tweaks to set up that I would never normally run. But yeah, certainly transformed how the car drives. Some issues that I was having with the rear end on entry on a couple of corners, I managed to cure. And you know, moving forward, I know that's something I've got in my back pocket. So yeah, if you've got issues with a certain track, definitely still worth persisting with it and trying to cure your problems.
Yeah, definitely.
I just thought I'd mention, I'd give you a bit of a shout out, mentioning that you do broadcast the race now with the head cam, so I've been enjoying watching them back with the running commentary. So yeah, I asked the guys to get on over there and subscribe and follow you on that. So keep up the good work on that. I enjoy watching them.
Oh, alright, thanks. Good that you're watching. I will put this race and the last race also into the YouTube channel. You can find it in my name, and please subscribe. It helps me to get my streams to the YouTube, so would be a lot more fun through that. But yeah, thanks. It's been quite fun to stream those races, and I hope that if somebody can learn something from my driving, it would be awesome.
Yeah, cool. I mean, from my point of view, I think as much promotion as the series can get, whether it be the Class A, the Pro Series, or anything, you know, the better. We have great fun doing it, so I think you know, we to showcase the fun that we have. So hence why we do the broadcast, you know, because we enjoy it, and it's a good series, and I want to get more bums in seats.
Yeah, definitely, and also you guys are doing excellent job, and we need to get more viewers to you guys also, and I think we're gonna get and promote this series a lot better. So thank to you guys also.
Yeah. Well, after the bat patting section from us, tell us a little bit about your race today, mate.
Yeah. I had a decent start, not that good what I had the previous race, but yeah, it was basically holding the lead into the turn one, and then just trying to keep my car on track and try to hot lap and drive as fast as I can, and it was good practice to consistency. 42 laps is a long time, and this track is really difficult. So yeah, I had one glitch in turn 10, was it? Almost spun there, but that was basically the only mistake.
Yeah, we did catch that, sorry.
Oh man.
Well, there was quite big gaps between everybody, so trust me, when we sort of heard of a little half spin, that's it, we were there looking at it.
Yeah, I suppose you watched it replay like 4 times at least.
Well, I wouldn't say 4, but yeah, we certainly had a good look. Well, next week, obviously, the Class A's at Sebring. The World Championship Series is at Suzuka. What's your plans for next week?
I have a birthday slash homecoming slash graduation party next week, and so probably I will not race. Maybe on Sunday with a little bit of, after day after feeling. So we'll see.
Well, I wish you good luck in whatever you do, mate. And yeah, we'll see you back in the booth the next time you're on track. Oh, just to let you know as well, if you're watching the stream back, that I need to update your team name to Twister. Apologies, it's still at 10-4 Engineering.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you guys, and yeah, good luck to you also in the WCS and A series if you drive those also.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Yeah, cheers.
Alright, Ollie Pacala from Twister Racing. Let's get that in there.
Yeah, definitely from Twister.
Let's try and drag up Frank now. Frank, how you doing, buddy? Looked like a bit of an eventful race, but you kept your nose clean. Brought it home for 5th place.
Yeah, I was pretty nervous at the start since this is the first time I'd started in the top 3 on Sunday race. So I went off twice, but I managed to keep everything straight and not hurt anyone else's race.
Well, like I say, a good qualifying time this week. You must be pretty happy about that. Slowly moving your way up through the Class A qualifying ranks.
Yeah, I only had a lot of practice this so probably next week you'll see me back down in the mid-pack again. But this week I really wanted to do something good since a lot of people struggle with this track. Unfortunately, I kind of messed up my start, but I was still able to put in a good result.
Yeah, tricky bit this week. Obviously, we were talking to Ollie just a second ago, saying it's a bit of a love-hate kind of relationship with Virginia for everyone, and we didn't see any split races at all yesterday, and just this one so far today. I mean, I'll be surprised if the next one splits, but you never know.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be a very popular track. I had that opinion last season too, but after driving it a good portion of my free time this week, it's actually a pretty nice track once you learn to respect the tree.
Yeah, I think also the new build has transformed how the track is. I mean, I certainly was very opinionated last season. I still don't particularly like it, but I'll happily run it. I just wanted to point out as well that we see the team has got a new sponsor. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, they are the ARC team. They're a company that makes sim racing hardware. They've got a really nice set of pedals. Suggest checking them out.
I'll have a little look at that. Yeah, sorry, we're just catching one of your offs now. Last corner, just looked like you snagged the curb, did you there? It just dragged you out wide.
Was that behind Rafa?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I went a little too wide and caught a clip of grass and went off again.
Yeah. Yes, I mean that's pretty much the challenge with this place. There's no, minor little bit of runoff air or anything else that you can deal with. Once you touch that grass, it just tends to pull you off. And I also noticed the track is quite bumpy on the edges as well, which makes it very, very tricky to get back on the circuit quickly.
Yeah, it's almost like an uphill every time you're off track. Big bump you hit. Luckily, you don't hurt anything coming back on track.
Well, Sebring up next. What's your opinions on that circuit and what you're hoping for from that race? We just lost Dean, but you're still here.
Anyway, Sebring I probably have the same opinion as VIR. It's very bumpy. Don't like it, but it makes you a better driver just to drive it.
Yeah, so just looking at the points, 182. How does that fare for you? Is this week going to count, or is that a drop for you?
I'm not sure yet. not a lot of my competitors scored much higher than I did this week, so it may count in the end, it may not.
Alright, mate, well, congrats again on top 5 today. We'll be tuned in as normal for the Sebring race, so I'll see you then and wish you all the best of luck.
Thanks.
Right, we seem to, I think it was somebody, who else was in there? No, it was Ollie. Let's drag up our teammate. It's Justin Lindsay. Hello mate, you haven't been in the comms box very much, so welcome back.
Yeah, I try to avoid it I try to avoid it as best I can.
Tell us a little bit about your race. Obviously we did catch the last couple of laps as well, the incident with Anthony. Yeah, tell us about your race first, and then just describe the incident from your point of view.
The race was pretty boring because I didn't actually do any fuel running, because as you know, I couldn't get the silly garage pass while I tried to put the fuel in last night, and so when I got up this morning, instead of doing running and being a bit more comfortable with the car with the heavy fuel, I just figured we'll wing it. So it just made me extra cautious, which is probably not a bad thing around this place. But at the same time, I couldn't push it, and I was just kind of lackadaisical about it. And I had when Anthony actually passed me the first time, I had horrible lag. I don't know if somebody had come in or somebody had left, because it was right as I crossed the start-finish line. My screen just jittered and froze, and so that was pretty freaky. And I figured it was best just to stay where I was and give up the position. He was right beside me or behind me anyhow. So from there it was pretty boring. LJ got a better run out of Oak Tree. About 2 laps before I was due to pit. And because I knew I was going to pit at the end of the following lap, I figured it would be super silly to defend it and risk anything, rather than just let him have it anyhow and lose minimal. He'd probably lose less. As far as the end of the race went, I guess I just sort of got bored of driving by myself and realized that if I exit turn 6 in 3rd gear instead of short shifting to 4th, that I get a free half a second. So oops, figuring that out on lap 40. But so I did that, and then Anthony made a mistake coming out of, I think was it turn 10, the West Bend or something, South Bend. I don't think there's anything he could do. I mean, he rejoined in a pretty difficult spot for me, but it's sort of where does he rejoin? So that's got to get back on the track. You can't just drive in the grass, as much as that would be okay with me. But I guess I don't know if he was flustered. I couldn't imagine he had damage. There's nothing around there for him to have hit. And I just knew we had 1 lap left, and I figured I'd take it easy for the rest of that lap, as I got just behind him, and just kind of make sure I could stick to him, and made sure that I would get a much better run out of turn 1, thinking maybe I could go into NASCAR Bend and overtake him. I didn't, but I did. After not being able to do that, I realized that the best thing that I needed to do is just make sure that I got don't go to 4th gear going into Snake, and so I got a much better run. I was basically right alongside him before we went under the VIR bridge, and we're side by side. I haven't looked at the replay yet. I saved it, but I'm sure I was ahead. I'm sure I was ahead of him, and we were fine for 2 corners, and then I kind of gave me a little bump. So I I've got one. I think I've got 1 corner left to do this, and I had such a run on him anyways. I was alongside him well before the turn in for 10. But he uses the same FOB I do. I'm not upset, but yes, I'm sure that I'd be less happy if things had turned out differently. But it was a lot of fun compared to the 38 laps that I was falling asleep.
Yeah. We're just looking at the points, 140. Very difficult week to score decent points this week. 8th place. and only picking up 140. We've seen in other races that would get you sort of 180 points. So yeah, not the best of weeks you want in regards to points for you, but maybe we'll get another split next in half an hour's time. What do we think?
I would not bet a lot of money on it.
Yeah, very true. Well, let's leave Virginia alone then. Sebring up next. So, you know, some would say it never rains, it pours.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of approach Sebring the way I do this place, and that is battle of attrition a bit more than anything else. You know, I think I was in the top 5 for a bit at the beginning, and then I sort of realized where I was, and I go, what am I doing up here? Like, then I kind of obviously got a bit flustered and went down the pack, and didn't bother me. But it'll probably be my same mentality for Sebring, because I don't like the track, and I just kind of figured that's just there for the lulls next week. I've got 2 drop weeks already as it is, maybe hopefully not 3, but you never know if you luck into everybody else just doing what they did at Montreal.
Yeah, well, I'm coming with all the sayings tonight, so, you know, to finish first you've got to finish, haven't you? So, you know.
Oh, I thought it was to finish.
Wow.
I was under the impression it was to finish first. First you must be finished.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that one too. But yeah, 8th place still, pretty decent result, mate. We'll see you next week for Sebring.
Sounds good. Have a good one, guys.
Cheers, mate.
I just had.
Right. Oh, sorry, LJ, cut you in mid-conversation there. Yes, mate. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Oh, terrible. I mean, I made the stupidest mistake of braking on the grass in turn 5. And just prayed nobody hit me, so. And then tried to get past the guys at the back and made my way through, and then spun at the oak tree, so had to do it all again. But yeah, I played the long strategy again, and that kind of paid off. Brought me back up to 7th by the end, so.
Yeah, showing it as 7th place for the result. 154 points, not probably what you wanted for this week.
Nah, I mean, that'll probably end up being a drop week. Well, to most people, this will probably be a drop week because the points haven't been overly high all week, so.
Yeah, you're right. I think there's probably only 4 guys from the Class A bunch that would, you know, will take these points forward. You know, it's Frank, Rafa, Samuel, and Michele. Everybody else really just can't see them. Just can't see them counting.
Yeah, I mean, this track, I didn't like this track all week. Crashed in my only race yesterday. Done twice in this race today, so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you saw at the end of the race. Ollie, I let Ollie pass down the straight, and I only did that because I didn't want to run another lap, so I just let him pass, so I could finish on that lap. So.
Seems like a good enough reason, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I was going to catch anybody in front of me or anybody behind, so.
Yeah, just having a quick look at your start actually now, just to see what happened. Where did you go off? You went off somewhere, didn't you, at the start?
Yeah, I think I just.
Oh, that was right. You behind Jan. You sort of just seemed to lose. Yeah, like you say, perhaps just snagged the grass, didn't you? So yeah. I thought initially that Jan perhaps had braked just a tiny little bit early. I mean, he was on a no stopper, so we could imagine he was a bit heavy and would be braking early. So that made a bit of sense. But yeah, I thought he perhaps caught you out a little bit, and you sort of slammed the anchors on and just got it all crossed up.
Yeah, it was all my fault. I kind of didn't expect them to slow down as fast as they did there, because I have a bit of a later braking point into that corner. So I think it was a case of they braked a lot earlier than I thought, and I maybe just pulled to the right a little bit to avoid it. And yeah, I just touched the grass and then spun. Just prayed nobody else hit me from behind, so.
Well, Sebring is up next. I've asked everybody else. I'll ask you, how'd you like the track?
Never run there. Not in a Formula 1 car.
Oh, well, yeah. You'll love it.
Yeah, I've heard many, good things about it. I think. But,
I think it's pretty similar to this track. You either love it or hate it. I mean, I used to hate it, but then I'd never even drove it. So there was just something about it. I think I did a lap once in a HPD car, and that was me. I was like, nope, hate it, never again. But when I actually did it in season 1, I really enjoyed the circuit. So it's some of the technical issues that you have with Virginia not being wide enough and lack of visual markers for braking and turning points, things like that. They're not there for Sebring. So it's from that point of view, it's a lot easier to drive. It's just really getting the car set up to take the bumps.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I'm really not looking forward to there is the final turn with the cones as well. I can see them getting knocked over quite early and a lot of slowdowns and stuff coming from that, so...
Yeah, of course. I forget. There was people that were even using the wider line beyond the cones, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that one pans out. Right, mate, we're about to wrap up the show, but yeah... well done-ish, top 10, still a pretty decent result. Fought back. It's not, could have been a lot worse. So we'll see you next week, and wish you all the best of luck there.
Yep, thank you.
Right, Dean, that pretty much wraps us up, mate.
Yeah, pretty much.
So just before we go, and if anyone's still watching, I hope they are, just give a shout out to apexracingleague.com. GTOmegaracing.com, leobodner.com, and simgarage.com. It's a bit of a theme here. So yeah, thanks to all of our sponsors. Please do go check them out if you're after anything. I'm pretty sure that every one of them has in the past given away some sort of discount to Apex Racing League members. So if you're not a member of that league website, just go and sign up. GT Omega especially giving away some great discounts in the past. But yeah, and let's also not forget to follow us on YouTube. This video, you're watching it back, will be it's probably on YouTube now, but the ones that are on Twitch always get uploaded straight to YouTube as well. So, but follow us on Twitter at Apex Racing TV and on Facebook at Aero TV. Right, thanks guys for tuning in. Next week, Sebring. Going to be a really interesting race, very slippy with a concrete start, so walls either side, so expect some carnage there for sure. But we're going to have a couple of great races. I'm sure we'll see more split races as well, so people will be fighting for bigger points. But thanks everyone for tuning in. I've been Alex Simpson.
I've been Dean Prescott.
And this has been round 7 of the Road to Pro Series.